All right. So, guys, welcome. This is another edition of Sunday Market Outlook. It is December 1st, 2024, the last month of the year. And of course, I got the one and only Mr. Brent Badal in the building with me. And without further ado, we're going to jump straight in. He's going to go ahead and cover the fundamentals for the beginning of this week. So, appreciate you, Brent, bro. Thank you so much for always, bro, just doing this with me every Sunday, no matter what. So much love, dude. Let's crush it.
Likewise, bro. Let's get it. Let's get it. It's been amazing. It's been, I think, over a year. I know you said a year, but I'm pretty sure it's been over a year now that we've been doing this every Sunday on Sunday. And it's an amazing feeling to max it out. So, I mean, I think we're getting to other leagues. So I know that we already had a conversation of probably like where should we take these calls on what platform. So I think this is the sign we need to take it to another platform too, where there is no max out for sure. So excited to be here. Thank you guys. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here. Yes, like Rich mentioned, we're going into December. What's crazy is that a lot of people in December, you will hear a lot of traders, and this is no shade to nobody, all right? This is just, it is what it is. You'll hear a lot of traders out there say December, don't trade. It's the worst. It's this, it's this. Knock on wood, we have another December like we've had, which typically is our best month that we have. Again, are we going to hit a stop loss? Of course, it's going to happen. But last December, last two Decembers was like crazy record. So we're looking to have the exact same thing. We speak it into existence and call what we need to do. So let's make sure that comes to us and we hit a lot of TPs. We have an amazing December. And yeah, it is what it is, guys, too, right? 11 months already passed. You guys know that I'm nice, but I say it how it is and I get to you guys. I will say this, just a heads up to everybody, okay? December, it gets a little bit dark for me. After a lot of times, I get into a hole where a lot of times not a lot of people like to be in because I say things as it is. You guys know that from the beginning. In December, I will apply pressure. Diamonds are made by a pressure, and I will apply pressure. So if I say something, it hurts your feelings. I'm saying it because I want the best for you. We didn't care about you guys. We would be like, all right, you're fine. So yeah, 11 months, you didn't do, you know what word? I'm not saying it because it'll be uploaded to YouTube. You didn't do in 11 months, you got 30 more days. No excuses. 30 more days. That's the difference. Between the 30 days is the difference on how you're going to end your year and so you're going to start the next one. 30 freaking days. You have more than enough time. So let's get to it. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go over the news for the week. We're going to go over a little bit of the charts, of course, like we always do. Have an amazing session. So, news, like I say every single week, right? We will not fall for the smoke. We're going to go ahead and see what the charts are telling us to do. We're going to use the news in our advantage, as always. So, for news side of things, right now, chill on our end. A lot of Rich and I trade NAS. I trade a little bit of gold. Rich is going to trade a little bit of gold. So, mainly what we're looking for is USD news more than anything, right? We're looking for USD news. Nothing to worry about today. Tomorrow, we have right away lots of news. Is it heavy news? No, but we do have lots of news. ISM manufacturing is red, as well as final manufacturing is red. So we'll pay attention to those happening at weird times. You guys know that NAS and gold likes to move around 7:30 Central Standard Time. An hour later, we have the opening bell. I like it when we have red flag news, orange flag news at those times because it gives us an extra impulse, right? You grab an extra nice amount of pips, or it could push it out of maybe an area of consolidation to where we could have a cleaner entry, a cleaner setup at that time of the opening bell. That's not the case tomorrow. Tomorrow we have, of course, our 7:30 typical move. We have our 8:30 bell. 15 minutes later, final manufacturing. 15 minutes after that, ISM manufacturing. Construction spending. Then later on at 2:15, weird time, Waller speaking. 3:30, weird time, Williams speaking. So we have lots of news at the weird times. I'm not a huge Monday trader anyway, so I'll really be kind of just paying attention more if I really see an opportunity I love, something quick in and out. But I don't know. Like it's gonna be a weird, and again, it's the first week of the month too. Every first week of the month, we see that it's a little bit sketchy the first couple of days. So we're gonna make sure we follow proper risk management and take advantage of it. But tomorrow's bell, I think we could see a very slow opening bell, a very slow morning, or just more of that like rally-ish morning, getting prepped for the news later on at weird times. Tuesday. Tuesday, we have Jolt's openings. That's a really good one. We have that at 9. Pretty decent time. Not bad. Ward's vehicle sales. Vehicle sales, it's important, right? Vehicle sales, we want to see the numbers of what happens because that really shows us as far as where the economic spending is, which helps us to see where we are in a recession scale. Is it something we're going to trade? No. Is it something we want to pay attention to for numbers? Yes, because we're still human beings, we're civilians outside of trading. We are looking where we could take our profits, right? We go ahead, we come into what we're doing trading to make profits, pull it out, throw in other investments like crypto, take it out, then put it into other investments. So it's good to know really what's going on. Anything that has to do with housing, vehicles, it's always something good just to pay attention to. Will it move a market for a trade? No, but it'll be something good to pay attention to. Wednesday's, I think, one of the better days for me personally, and it's because of the time. So right away we have non-farm employment change. Love it. Love it when it has to do anything with that. This is very high impact news. It moves the market fast, but I love the time that it's happening. 7:15. Again, weird time, but it falls closer into that 7:30, 8:30 gap, right? Big news at 7:15. 7:45, we have Waller speaking. At 8 o'clock, we have final service PMI. 9 o'clock, ISM service PMI. Crude oil's 9:30. So again, one after the other. And then the one and only, our buddy Powell, 12:45. Weird times again. I'm not a huge fan of these weird times, but it's fine. We'll play with it. We'll rock with it. I'm cool. We're going to go ahead and trade with our buddy Powell. Just like every other week, guys, you already know. When Powell speaks, if no other educator is live speaking in English, or there's two already live at that time, I will do a bonus session. So if Wednesday nobody's live at 12:30, I will go live at 12:30 from 12:30 to 1. We'll trade like 15 minutes before, during, 15 minutes after the trade with Powell. The cool thing is that a lot of you guys just join now. So you have a free 50K with all of the add-ons included. The ones that are not new, the majority took advantage of the TradexMastery promotion, purchased another account, which had all the add-ons, including news. So now a lot of you will be able to learn how I trade news, which I absolutely love. Is it something that you should do without any guidance? No. It's something crazy. Yes, but I love it. And now that you'll be able to trade it, you'll fall in love with it as well. So we'll see. Nothing promised. I still have to look at the calendar, but I'm happy for Wednesday because we have lots of good news. Thursday, better day just for the time being. So the only news that we have actually on Thursday that's going to make a move is unemployment claims. At what time? 7:30. So this is the type of news that I like. I love when we have high impact news happening at that 7:30, 8:30 time frame, because we already know we have those big moves. So super happy for that one on Thursday. That's really all that's going to move on Thursday itself. So that's good too. We're waiting for that momentum of 7:30 move with the unemployment claims, and then we have the opening bell an hour later. So Thursday, I could see it being very clean, big up, then down, big down, big up, whatever it's going to be. But I think we should get two solid moves when it comes to Thursday, the bell and the unemployment claim, and both playing together. So it'd be really nice to see that happen. Friday, we close out. I'm not huge on trading Fridays, but these are the Fridays that I do trade. These are the Fridays that I like to trade. They're not many, but these are the ones that I like. 7:30, good time. What do we have? Average hourlies, non-farm change, unemployment rate, all happening at the same time. At what time? 7:30, perfect time. Bell at 8:30, and 30 minutes later, consumer sentiment, consumer inflation. Good news, good time. So excited because Friday, I'm actually trading. It's something that I don't do much, but I do like that this is happening on Friday. So we have a really good week. As you see, the opening might be a little bit sketchy. The first day or two, the news is happening at weird times. Everything's kind of weird. But then from there, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, plenty of opportunities to make sure we wrap up the week. Some good news to take advantage. And just pay attention to everything else, guys. Obviously, there's elections are done, but there's still a lot of governmental things, presidential things going back and forth. A lot of things that we see, obviously, globally with wars and this and that. All that will move the market. Always pay attention right now to the crypto run. Obviously, that's happening a lot, which shifts. A lot of times when Bitcoin moves, we see movements on gold. A lot of times we're seeing right now. It's a very interesting time that we live in, right? And I'll pass that before I'll say this, then I'll pass it over to Rich. It's an important time where we see this because in the crypto world right now, we're seeing a lot of companies adopt it. Not only is it retail, being us, not only is it governments, but it's actually a lot of companies are adopting it. And many of those companies have relation to do with NAS 100, US 30, S&P 500. So I think we're going to start seeing a lot of correlation with that too, where we might see some impulses if one crypto goes up and that crypto has to do with one of those certain companies, and we could probably see that. So it's going to be a really interesting time right now to see how that correlates now that companies are adapting to a lot of what the crypto has to do. And yeah, I think that's it for that part. Pass it back to you, Rich, and then we'll go over NASA and we'll go over gold.
Yeah, bro. Absolutely, man. Well, appreciate you, bro, for covering the news as always. Now, guys, I don't know if you saw, I mentioned it on like my chats and everything like that, but I know some of you, have seen this on the akashx community, but I'm actually going to be giving a crypto play that I personally got into today that you guys can decide if you guys want to participate. I always say, and Brent always says, man, we're not financial advisors. We do not give financial advice. We simply show you guys what we personally do, and what you decide to do with your money at the end of the day is totally your decision. At the end of the day, we do things like tap to trade, trade alerts, etc. But if you ask me personally, I will always tell you that your biggest success, like the life-changing results that you're spending all this time on every Sunday and everything, it's only gonna come if you really like learn the skill, guys. I'm just gonna be honest with you. You're gonna get payouts, you're gonna make money, but if you expect to have quantum leaps, generational wealth, like some of these big dreams, which may not be everybody's here, which is totally fine, but you gotta know what you're doing, man. And so part of that means when we give you guys plays that we're in, you gotta make that decision for yourself if you want to get in, how much money you want to invest. Like, be financially responsible, be smart, actually plan your life, including the things you do with your money, right? Because even investing into a funded account, all those things, those are things that you have to plan. Those are things that you have to calculate. All right. So I'm gonna be excited to give you a play that I personally got in. It could literally be terrible play that doesn't make no money. All I'm saying is XRP let you know a long time ago, 60 cents. It just hit third in the market cap above USDT at $2.40 right now. It's a 400% gainer that I gave you guys. Now, some of you are new. You weren't here 9 months ago, so I can't blame you, right? But we've talked about this. Brent's Cardano play, forex. I'm pretty sure forex. Forex. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is this. We're gonna cover gold, we're gonna cover Nas, but there's no secret right now. It's crypto season. We've been through a bearish years or whatever, really since like peak in 2021, post COVID. It's been bad, like, well, not bad, but it's just a cycle, right? Like, it's a big bearish cycle that lasts a long time. It's a crypto winter, whatever you want to call it. But like right now, I already know that it's cranking because I'll have grandmas and cousins calling me about it. When that starts happening, there's money being made and people jumping in late. But there are certain plays right now that are still very early, and that's why I want to let y'all know, because personally, I don't chase markets. I don't like to jump into XRP now. You could jump in now and probably still catch a momentum all the way to all-time highs and make money. I don't know. But when there's a lot of hype is when I tend to either sell or at least start watching the market to get out of these plays. Oh, I'm not even talking about Peloton yet, Tony. Peloton's over 300% as well right now. Like, every play that me and Brent have called, and we're bound to get one wrong. It is what it is. It is what it is. But it's hard to get something wrong when you're in the right season. We all saw that when we were buying gold, whether it was with Brent, Joel, whoever, and it was the time, you couldn't lose. You couldn't lose. People have been buying Bitcoin on CFDs now, like trading it on Trade Locker, buying Bitcoin. It's been rallying. Like, it's easier to make money and be right when you time markets in the right season. And that's what we're saying right now. There's a lot of altcoins, there's a lot of meme coins, there's a lot of things in crypto. And so, yes, we talk about, trading funded accounts and all this stuff, but I've said it time and time again. For me personally, if you guys don't do something with those profits to like put a force multiplier on it, you're just shortchanging yourself, man. Because let's not kid ourselves. Passing funded challenges and staying funded and getting consistent payouts is very difficult. It's difficult. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. The reason why people are doing it at a crazy rate is because they're taking quality trades from multiple educators. So it's like you can get the best of the best trades from people who have been studying for 5, 10 plus years. So yeah, but if you try to do it on your own, you're gonna have your losing streaks. You're gonna have a tough time. It's a hard skill to become a master at, and that's why it pays so damn well. I say that to say, when you get your payouts, when you're winning, dude, there's nothing like getting X amount of payout from TradeX, putting it into a crypto that 4X is. Because let me tell you, to 4X Like I'm saying, like if you triple, quadruple those TradeX profits, it's so much stress and so much more work to try to do three more payouts like the one that you just got versus taking your payout and flipping it in a crypto in one shot where you didn't even have to do anything except buy it one time and wait. That's all we're saying, man. This is a money machine, but you got to play the game right. A lot of people get into MLM, hit ranks, make some money trading, and they increase their lifestyle and they do other things. I've been guilty of it my first run in 2020. But yo, if you do that now, I'm warning you, don't do that. I'm warning you, like your money right now needs to be seeds to be planted in crypto and all these high plays because these seasons are not going to stick around. Like we're going to have another crypto winter eventually. And you're going to be like, damn, bro, I missed the wave again. People caught the wave in 2013. I was just finishing high school. I didn't know what the hell markets were. 2018, I started trading. I started learning. I had no money to my name, working at Walgreens, all this other stuff. And Bitcoin was at 3K. Bro, you don't think if I was in the position I'm in right now, if Bitcoin was at 3K, oh God, bro, I would have sold everything. So there's plays like that right now for y'all. So I want you to be excited for that and wake up because that's what we're going to talk about on this and the rest of probably the first 6 months of 2025, bro. Honestly. Honestly. So let's get straight into the chart. I guess we could talk about gold real quick first. I gotta close some of this stuff here. Here we go. All right. I'm gonna close like half of this stuff. All right, here we go. So first and foremost, gold. And I always say this, I'm not actively trading gold, but I will always give you my analysis because I understand charts. And if we look at gold, something that we talked about, I want to take it back real quick here to last Sunday. Last Sunday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay. So was this, my goodness, let me move this over here. Okay. Thursday, Sunday. Here we go. So I don't know if you guys recall, and you can always fact check me on this stuff whenever we talk. On Sunday of last week, we were sitting at around this price point right here. And I let you guys know, I had this marked since forever. We had grabbed this liquidity right here, right? We grabbed these lows. And at some point, we had to see gold make a recovery because gold, I mean, was the shining star of everybody's accounts and like what was getting people paid when we were capitalizing on that bullish push. But we've been really bearish for a long time. And really, since we took out this low and we basically took out all of these early buyers here, right? Market has to reverse at some point. And I let you guys know on that last Sunday that, we were going to be reacting to this area of supply right here, this last little pullback before we had to move down. Now, if you guys are studying your concepts a little bit, you understand market structure, you understand that once we broke above these highs, that signaled a market structure shift, which really kicked into gear the rest of the week being bullish. So especially when you see me looking at things on like the 4-hour time frame, this is like it's gonna move the market aggressively. Like a 4-hour time frame shift of structure is big time, and that's why we ended up seeing a rally of hundreds and hundreds of pips. Now, where we stand is the following. Same way that we, told you, hey, look, we have this area that I expect price to react from. Let me make this red. Price did not end up respecting that and continuing lower. You guys have probably seen like on basics that the market will do this where it goes up and then down and then pull back and then down and then pull back and then down, right? So when we have this last little pullback that forms a new low, right here, we saw that we broke above that and shifted structure. You can see how price retests that and continued. Now, where we stand is let's look at the last pullback areas here. So right here, this is that last little pullback on gold. And you can see how when we react to it, why it matters. All right. Gold, this last retracement before we made a new low, price has been creeping its way into it. And look how once we, pretty much like tapped into it on Friday, we rejected very hard from it. So opening on Sunday, two scenarios here. If honestly, the way I'm looking at it right now is price made that big retracement, took out that high, has now started shifting back bearish. Personally, I think we're gonna probably end up coming back for this low long term. So I would say that I would expect more lows to happen, especially that crypto is taking off, stock market is doing really well. Usually gold this last like 6 months has been kind of backwards in a way where everything has just been rising, like all tides, everything just pushing. But typically, like the whole point of gold was to have a hedge against a bad economy, right? Like a safe haven asset, put your money there, very traditional, safe thing to park your money whenever you're uncertain with stock market or whatever you put your money into. But I think now, we've really maxed out on gold. And the only way I would see buys as of right now is if price kind of respects these general levels and actually starts breaking and closing above this high. If price closes above that high, then I would expect this to actually continue going, and at that point you might even see all-time highs again, perhaps. But as of right now, the order flow or like the new like shift that I'm seeing is that once we hit that high, we're making a new low, and this is just one long pullback into that supply area, and we're getting that rejection. So maybe we get like some short-term buys right now, but overall, I would still more than likely anticipate more sells than more buys where it stands right now. So depends if you're a scalper or not. I know Brent obviously on the 1 minute can catch pips at will. So I'll let him break down what he sees, of course. And it is easy for me to just talk because I'm not even actively trading gold myself. So I would respect what Brent says more than anything right now. So I'm gonna let him share his thoughts on gold.
Let's get it. Let's get it. The good thing is that typically, as per usual, bro, we're in sync. We're in sync. We're connected. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. Cool. So here's my chicken scratch. As you guys know, I love putting my chicken scratch. But the cool thing is that you guys have been here for so long that you understand my chicken scratch now. So last Sunday, here we were at, and
Yeah,
I
I
drew
just
this.
noticed I was totally like I missed said it. It wasn't last Sunday, but the Sunday before where I was talking about this.
Yeah,
It just
before.
I just saw it right now on this Sunday.
No, you're good. You went into it anyway, so you're good. You're good, bro. But here's where we were. I drew this little like, okay, cool. As long as we respect, we'll see a big drop, maybe a pullback, then another big drop, right? We saw that. Beautiful. It did what it needed to do. This huge drop that we had on Monday was absolutely beautiful. This is what we needed to kind of get gold unstuck. Because yes, the weird thing about gold is that at the time when it was bull rallying so much because of everything happening in the world, like world economics, war, this, that, all that stuff, it was rising for the exact same reason what Rich just said, right? When the dollar devaluates, gold goes up. When big whales, big institutions, everything, they see that there could be a potential where the dollar is going to lose value, they'll dump gold, they'll dump dollar, put it into gold, right? Now, here's where it's kind of get weird right now. Gold historically likes to bull rally December, January. December, January, gold likes to go up. I absolutely hate that because I like to sell it. I like the bears more than the bulls, but the cool thing in the 1 minute, we'll find a nice little sell counter trend and it's fine. We'll get our pips, right? But gold tends to bull rally. Where it could be different this year is just for the fact that it was different a few months ago. And there's a lot of liquidity still down there. There's a lot of still money trapped down there that needs to be taken. The beautiful thing right now of our open today is that we're showing a strong bear rally already forming on an early Sunday, which is dangerous, right? It's good. It's good, obviously, for if it continues to drop down. A big number that I have, big number that I even have it saved here, right? EP, XAUSD, drop exclamation point. I rarely set up alerts, but I'm waiting for this. If gold were to drop to that 2450 area, like break the 2500, which is a big institutional number for gold, that gold number, that 2555, this year has been crazy, that number. So if we go and we break that, support it, and continue down into that 2450 area, I'm selling. Like, obviously, I'm not over leveraging, I'm not nothing, but it's one of those sell, stop loss, see you in a month, like no take profit. Obviously, it's nothing recommended. I'm not telling you guys to do that, but it's just if it breaks that area, if it breaks that 2400, guys, I mean, let me put it into the Let me go here where it's a little bit cleaner. And let me put it on that 24 high. Let me put it like a 4 hour. If we break, what did I say? 2450, I said, right? Yeah, 2450. If we break this 2450 area right here, where's my pencil? Right here. We break this right here. We break these levels. Retest. We are going all the way down to that 2280. And if it were to break that level, again, we're going all the way down back into that 2300. Lot of room, guys. Like there is so much room since here that has not been touched. We've spoken about this before. Regardless of your political beliefs, we don't speak about politics here. It's more of what we're already seeing with a presidential candidate who won, who's coming in. Again, I'm not going to touch anybody at that point. We're not going to do that. But we've already seen a lot of companies, big companies say, hey, you know what? This is favorable for us. We're going to work more with the US. A lot of things that are happening that will bring that dollar value back up, which it needs heavily. So what happens when they think that the dollar is going to go down? What do? Get rid of the dollar, buy gold. And now that they're seeing that the dollar has potential to go back up, what are they going to do? Swap it right back. I mean, literally, what do? We buy and sell. Institutions do the exact same thing, guys. But we're talking about big, big money makers, institutions, companies, countries, like governments, right? At a whole another level that we're talking about at that point. So, is there potential for it to drop? Of course. If it just continues rallying up, well, then to me, it's just boring because now we're just looking for institutional numbers. Now we're just looking for 2,800, 2,900, and then oh, wow, gold reached 3,000. Like, guys, that's not exciting. I'm sorry. Like, I know Bitcoin may be exciting for you guys to go to 100,000, but if you live in the US or if your country has to do anything with dollars, gold going to 3,000 is not a good thing. So, overall, we want to see gold go down. A year ago, gold was at 1,800. Like, look how far it's gone up. Just put that in perspective. A year ago, gold was in that 1,800. 2 years, it was around that 1,500, 1,700. We're almost at 3,000 right now. Like, that's how deep we're in this. At the same time, that's how deep it needs to reverse at that point to correct. Will it? We don't know. We just go off the charts, whatever's printed, we find it, we go in, we go out. But very, very important month that we're going to see here. Very important time that we're seeing here. Though with us being on the right side of this movement, being on the institutional side, all that stuff, this could set us up literally for the next year. Like, because it's at that peak, and if it drops and you get in the right position right now, we're talking about you like massively, right, gaining. If it goes up, it goes up. It's okay. It is what it is, and we do what we got to do. So I'm with you, Rich. I want to see this keep on going down. If it goes up, cool, it'll go up. Again, it'll just probably do what it always does when it's been going up, right? Up just to go down, up just to go down, up just to go down. So we might get this little up just to go down again. Like that to me is boring. I really want to see, like I said, these big, big drops, preferably. That's what I would like to see. Rich just step away, so I'm just going to go right into NAS while he comes back. I'll go into the NAS side of things to give him some time to come back. But that's for the gold side of things for me. Now, NAS 100, nasty NAS. Nasty NAS, nasty NAS. So, with the NAS side of things, it's been very interesting too. Let me go here, and let me go here. All right. So, with NAS, we have a big area to go down, big area to go up. Obviously, we're continuing with those highs, things of that nature. It's been rallying a lot. NAS right now, fortunately, I say unfortunately because you guys know I like selling, unfortunately has a lot of potential to go up. And it's strange. Again, it's one of those weird things, just like gold. And I said at the beginning, right? We have a lot of institutions coming into the crypto play. We have a lot of companies that are in that NAS 100. Those 100 companies are adopting crypto for their payments. We see a lot of those companies adopting their own, because you have to keep in mind, like a big company has to have their own little safe haven, right, to protect themselves from bankruptcy and things of that nature. So they have their own investments as a company itself. A lot of those investments, they're actually switching it. They're moving away from the traditional gaining 3-5% to actually switching it and putting it into crypto. This obviously could launch and it could be favorable because you have to think about it, especially with certain cryptos like the Bitcoin. And it's unfortunate, right? Like the Bitcoin hype at that point, right? The ones that are buying at 99 because it's going to go to 1,000. Like they know that. Like the companies know that, they know that type of hype, right? So now if a company like Apple says, "Hey, you know what? We accept Bitcoin now." You're like, "Bro, screw Samsung. I'm going to buy an Apple because I'm buying Bitcoin too. Bitcoin to the moon, Bitcoin to 100,000. I'm going to go buy an Apple phone now. I'm going to buy an iPhone." Like I think we're gonna see a little bit more of a shift of that, which should potentially continue to push up NAS at that point because it'll be favorable for those companies. Should we come down? Yes. Please, NAS, if you're listening to me, come down to 20,000 at least this week. I'll love you if you at least come down to 21,000. That would be great. Coming to 20,000, that'd be amazing. If you break down and go down into the 18,800, even better. But at least give us a pullback. Continue to be clean. That's the only thing that I ask you. Please, I pray to the chart gods. If we're going to continue going up, let it go up and go down. Go up, go down, go up, go down, go up, go down. Right now, it's been super clean, and I'm not huge on bull rallies. This bull rally that NAS has done since last week, so since August, in the sense that it's been doing, been beautiful. If you're going to keep on going up, keep on doing that, NAS. I would rather you come
Yo,
down.
yo,
If
real
it's
quick, guys, real quick. Sorry, there's a scammer in the chat, guys. So I just booted them. Please do not click the links and do not take those freaking gold signals. That is not us. Do
Thank
not
you.
click the links and do not take any gold trades that they just dropped in the chat. Please and thank you.
What trash did they send in there?
Sorry, bro.
No, you're good. You're good. Try is trying too hard. The hell out of here, try.
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
we got them out.
All
Get him out of
right.
here, man. Get him
Get
out of
out
here.
of here. But yeah, that's what I was saying. Should have just sat down and learned something instead. They could actually make some money, not scamming people. But all right. So yeah, that's what I want. Hopefully NAS comes down to that 220,000 breaks, maybe and gives us a little bit lowers. But if it continues going up, as long as it continues this nice little pattern, I think we could really grab some really nice, especially buys with Liberty, with your Rich. I think you should be able to catch a lot of nice buys when that comes in too. But I would really like to see some pulls. NASA's just at that time where it's right at the middle. Like literally, if I go ahead and I'll leave this and I'll pass it to you, Rich. Go ahead and see this. We see the high. We see this low. Where is NASA right now? Like pretty much the middle, right? So it's like I wouldn't want to
Yep.
sell. I wouldn't want to buy. I want to wait and see what is it going to do. Is it going to go up here and go here? Cool. We'll buy right here. Is it going to go down, retest, and maybe I'll probably sell a little bit earlier, maybe around here. But once it actually confirmed that rally, preferably wait until it either breaks here or retest here. So it's in the middle, not touching it right now. I don't really trade on Sundays anyways. But the bigger picture in itself, it's looking like a good week. Back to you, Rich.
For sure, for sure, for sure. All right. So we're stepping into my zone now. Talk about some nine, bro. All right. Well, you can see gold still continuing the sell off. All right. So Nas 100. So really quickly, guys. First and foremost, big areas that I always talk about, if you guys get on my sessions, is I look for two major things: imbalances in the market and areas of supply and demand in the form of wicks in the higher time frame. That's where you'll see like these gray boxes, like this, like this, and like this. And this gray box though is on the 4 hour. So if we go to the 4 hour, it's this long wick right here, this long wick right here. I don't get into teaching that too much on here because I already have my live sessions on akashx and we have the whole educator training series. But those supply and demand areas, essentially this is what I want you to realize, right? The market is very intentional and manipulative, and there's ways for you to train yourself to kind of see it on a chart. And it comes from looking at where the market pivots and reverses from and the way that it does it. And again, what I like to look for is the market spiking and then completely shifting the other way. So for example, here, this was a time where the market had like pushed down very aggressively, and then it ended up closing and pushing very aggressively to the upside. That is very intentional when the market wicks down like that. and pushes back up. Why? Because all these people that bought NAS really early, when price comes down like this, they all get stopped out or like they're out of their positions, and that creates the liquidity for the market to rise from there. So what happens is the market will at some point typically come back and revisit that. We saw that happen here. And this happened like on my first live session on Tuesday when we were switching to the morning sessions. It started tapping in before the session. So like this is 9:30, it tapped like at 8:30. So like an hour and a half before my session, something like that, it started tapping this area. So again, you can see this is that long wick that kind of pushed up, and then what happened? Price melted. And if you guys recall, this is the sell that Brent actually called on his session. He called this sell like literally like here. And then you guys exited like right here, and some of you held it all the way to here. I don't know if you guys remember that, but Brent sniped that thing because Brent understands like when the market creates those big pushes during like New York Stock Exchange Open or like prior to it during news, bro, that's literally the emotional trap in real time on the smaller time frames of people like buying into the FOMO. Like literally, it's just a whole FOMO grab. And you're seeing that happen a lot with crypto right now, where people are gonna get in late. And I'm not saying that's the case necessarily right now. And there's a lot of different cryptos with different opportunities. But in general, people always care to get into something when it's already high. Nobody cares to get into things when it's low and vice versa. And so when the market creates these really like impulsive moves, whether it's to the downside like this or to the upside like this, in real time, what you're seeing is Nas like boom, 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 like just pushing like that. And in the moment, it's so easy to see that and be like, your brain is like, I'm missing out on money. I need to get in. And then right there, it just crashes the other way. And then you're like, bro, I don't know I don't know what's wrong with me. And it's because you just don't realize that the markets are triggering people like that purposefully. I'm not saying they're out to get us. We're nobodies. We don't got no money, guys. We're nobody. But that's the way that the algorithms are created for price to be able to generate the way it does. Like this is not something that happens once in a while. This happens all the time. Every asset class. Doesn't matter if it's NAS, gold, whatever. So I say that to say that these areas are areas that I know at some point price will always end up gravitating towards. With that said, this last 4 hour wick, and this is from Friday. So if you guys are on the NAS 100 chat on the akashx community channel, I was trying to send out a buy based off of like the reversals of the Asia low here. And like the people in the chat, like they know what to look for. Like if you guys know my strategy, you know what to look for. And that's the advantage of understanding how I trade or how Brent trades. I know not everybody's in it to learn. Everybody just kind of wants to take tap to trades, trade alerts. That's fine. But I'm just saying there's a lot of money to be made when you could just learn one strategy. Even if you do it on demo, even if it takes you a year, 2 years to learn it, who cares? Time is flying. We've been in akashx for 2 years. It feels like 2 months, bro. And in that same amount of time, you either studied 5, 10 minutes a day or you didn't. Dude, I promise you, 10 minutes a day over a year, you will be an expert at like at least somewhat of an expert of trading one asset, one strategy. So, point is, this entire little false rally that ended up creating this big spike is why we have that on the 4 hour look like one big wick to the downside that ended up pushing price up. So overall, I think that the way that this ended up closing really bullish on Black Friday like this is gonna be kind of like the precursor for us to grab all of these highs. I think that price will come for these highs. I would prefer for me to get into entries and everything for us to actually come down first somewhere into this range of this manipulation here and start shifting back up to then target this liquidity. That is what I'm seeing right now for NAS. This is what I will be mainly focused on. Obviously, if you guys follow me, you know I'm looking at the Asian range to fully develop for either a breakout or fake out of the low or high in correlation with what I'm saying. So if we get Asian range stops, like let's say that Asian range keeps this high and this low, and we just kind of sit in here for the next couple hours until it finishes. Personally, I think the best potential for a better risk to reward trade is for us to pop up above it and actually close back below it during New York session. And that will trigger my reversal strategy entries there or just selling it below the low. The only thing is we're not going to be able to probably hold for a long target. It could do this, but structure technically right now is bullish. right? So I think we'll just come into this zone and end up pushing off of that later. So short-term sells, long-term buys is kind of like my thought process. And that's it. Until we get further price development, for all I know, during London session, this thing just keeps melting or doing a bunch of other stuff. Whenever London session moves NAS out of Asia, like very aggressively, a lot of times it turns into a no trading day for me, especially a Monday. But if we can maintain Asian range pretty intact overall during London, and I find that opportunity during New York, I would like to take something like that personally. So that's what I'm looking at. I'll let Brent cover Nas real quick. Bro, how's it had been an hour? What? Bro, we have to talk about some crypto stuff. There's no way. All right, yeah, we gotta keep it moving. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna let
No,
Brent
no,
talk
yeah, yeah.
about
Let's
Nas.
go. Let's go right into it because I covered NAS when you got up. I saw you
Oh,
got
that's
up,
right,
so I
that's
already
right.
covered
Sorry,
NAS.
sorry,
So
sorry.
we're good. We're right on it. Like I said, I wanted to continue. If it continues going up, like you just said, it needs to continue doing what it's been doing. Nice little 50% retrace, go up. Nice little 50% go up. Keep on doing that. And if we break the 20,000, I'm looking at a 4 hour. If you go to the 4 hour and look at that 20,000, if you see that 20,000 number, which is far, you'll see that break. And that's where
Uh
you'll see that big drop. So, like, if we go down, I would love overall for the week with all of the news that we have, it would be amazing if
20,000.
NAS comes down to that 20,000 and then even goes down to that 18,000. Like it would be great. Bigger picture for the month, seeing this as a market outlook, first outlook, market outlook of the month. Overall, it would be amazing if that happens. Get a full retrace for December for the last months. Start off the year at a nice little middle. That'd be great. But with everything going on, with the way that it's set right now, as long as NAS keeps on doing what it's been doing, goes up, 50% retracement, goes up, nice little retracement, we're good. We're solid. You call the buys, I call the sells. We're good. No worries at all. We keep on doing what we do.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, honestly, like when we had this election week where we ended up breaking new highs, I knew we'd probably respect this area, but when we were making our bearish rally, which you caught this move right there with
Yeah.
everybody. If you guys follow Brent, he called that live. It hit like TP20. So I'm just saying, he called it. But we saw that higher low get, or I'm sorry, that higher high get posted. And so I really thought we would tap more deeper into the range and actually get this exact reaction, but just kind of like stopped in the middle, man. That's where like the fibs really kicked in. Like I think that was like usually the indices will respect 62%, that golden ratio, and it really did, man. Like this
Mhm.
thing really sat on 62 and just completely. So
Yeah.
sometimes people ask us about like fibs. I don't use fibs, but like for swings, like to understand the swing moves of a market, especially like indices like NAS, anywhere from 62 to 78 on the big swings are like areas of sensitivity where if we get our other confirmations and stuff lining up, you get these type of nice moves.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm with you, bro. We're literally like you said, we're either gonna respect this high and just melt down, or we're just gonna end up blowing through it and probably making new highs. I mean, it's literally gonna be one of those two.
Yep.
Okay, so crypto, real quick, bro. Do you have any updates, plays, anything like that that you want to communicate or not really?
Yeah, it's super quick. Just two things. It'll take less than two
I'll
seconds.
share, stop
I just
sharing.
got I got to I gotta throw myself my flowers here, you know what I mean? So Ada, as you said, there's Ada. We got in September. We made some. You had plenty of opportunities all the way through October to get back in up until November. You got in November, bam, we went up right away. Now we are sitting at, I think last time I checked, it was around 300. Yeah, it's 243% growth. So you could have got in at ADA at 35, 34 cents. Right now you'd be sitting around a buck 20. So beautiful, beautiful play. Again, XLM, we didn't get in it because it wasn't painting me the picture back then when we saw that quite yet. We were looking at it here and it just did nothing and I got out of it. Like I was waiting to possibly call this one to you guys too for a while, but you could see there that like nothing happened for a whole like 2 weeks. So I left it alone. I didn't pay attention to it. I missed out. And then from there, obviously it did the big jump as well. Like that. Linked, it's still going up. Obviously, we had some pullback, so there was some opportunities to come in. And I like that you said that, right, Rich? Like it's never that late. Like there's still some time. You don't want to buy like right at the top. You want to wait for those specific pullbacks, but if you missed out on linked, right, on the, it's like I'm going to go to the 1 day, you might have missed out on link here, right? You missed out on this move of link. Well, you had another chance here. You missed out on this move of link. Well, you had a chance here. You missed out on this one. Well, you had another chance here. You had another chance here, another chance here. So, like, you had plenty of opportunities still to come up here many times. So, this might be done, gone and done. We may never see again these numbers, but that doesn't mean that this can't do this and then continue going doing this, right? So, just making sure you're plugging in. We have plenty of crypto educators for that point. And lastly, what I'll say is just about BTC, which I don't even think I have it on here. The last one I mentioned about BTC, guys, like, need to be careful with a lot of these things, right? When it comes to Bitcoin, I'm not like a crypto educator or nothing like that, but I do like to just think the way that I think. So I mentioned to you guys with Bitcoin, be very careful. We see this a lot with cryptos. It happened with Dogecoin too. Bitcoin, it's happened already. Like I've been paying attention to Bitcoin as trading right now, how the way that I do now for the past like 3 years. So I've seen this, guys. I've lived through this before too, where it's Bitcoin is going up to 50,000. Let's go 50,000. What happens at 43? It tanks. Like Bitcoin, whenever you go for those institutional big numbers, it tends to tank. Like look at right here. Everybody was hype. November to September was, yeah, it was November of 2021, right? Everybody was so hype because Bitcoin was going to 70,000. And what happened? It went to 69,081, 69,000, and then freaking came all the way down to 17. Do you know how many people bought right here at 68,000 because it was going to 70? How many people bought at 69,081 because it was going to 70, guys? Chill. Understand that there's more psychology behind this. I said the exact same thing about Bitcoin. I said it 2 weeks ago, guys. It's not going to hit 100 quite yet before it drops. Everybody is stuck right now. It's at 100. It's at 100. You got to buy, and you're buying when it's at 91. You're buying at 92, buying at 93. Like you could spot trade it back and forth if you learn how to do that. I know Armin has showed that a little bit where you could trade that in like apps like Blowfin and stuff like that. Of course, you can make money like that. But overall, holding side of things, what happened? Bitcoin went to, what was it, like 99,813. And then it dropped immediately for 4 days in a row down to 90,000, which when was that? That was it start. When did the move start? Black Friday. I told you guys. Black Friday tends to push, tends to drop. You're going to see a drop. Black Friday hit, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We all saw this big drop starting to hit, guys. So, spoken about it right now, of course, sure. Now it could touch the 100 and we could celebrate the whole nine. So just make sure that you're removing the emotions out of crypto. That's very important. And that's really hard to do. I understand that because I've been there too. And I get excited about cryptos too because of utilities and things of that nature, right? But just because I can't allow my excitement to take over and not look at the charts, not tap in with the educators that are specified and are specialists in crypto, right? We have Ali, we have a anointed Ali, we have Armin, we have two actual crypto educators. So if there's something you want to learn, you might, before you emotionally go and buy right now Bitcoin at 90, what is it sitting at? At 97,600, you might want to tap into one of the sessions, right? See what those educators are doing. And if you know a little bit about the charts, analyze the charts and make that decision that's based off the charts, based off education, based off research, than just going out just by pure excitement and buying Bitcoin at 99 because it's going to go to 100,000. Like, it's not the move unless you are trading it, like I said, through Blowfin and this and that, where there's no spreads and you're literally going in for 1,000, 2,000 pips in and out. Cool, great. That's literally what I love doing. I scalp, right? I don't swing trade NAS. There's many people that do. I don't swing trade gold. So if you know how to scalp these cryptos, by all means do your things. But longevity side, just through the cycle, like Rich has mentioned, right? We come into akashx, we get our profit, pass our TradexMastery account, use that, put it in Trident, make some money, pull that, put it into crypto, pull that, put it into real estate, put it into this. Like, it's steps that you go through. Make sure that you're going through it properly and utilizing what you're doing, right? Utilize what you're paying for. You guys are paying for akashx. utilize akashx for those decisions before you run into it, just making it based off pure excitement. But yeah, give us that play, bro. Give us that play, Rich. What are we buying? What are we buying right now? I got 500 on me right now. What are we buying?
Oh, and by the way, guys, when Brent says don't buy Bitcoin now, what he's saying is like not trade locker and like the Bitcoin like positional trades are different. We're talking about like where you buy Bitcoin on like Coinbase or like actually buying and holding is what he's trying to say. Not actually like hitting trade locker and getting into a position like off Joel's trades or whatever, right? Like understand there's two different things. When you're doing like positional trading and then actually like buying and holding assets, right? So when we're talking about crypto, we're talking about it as like you buy and hold these cryptos that whatever, right? Shout out to Armin, by the way. He just posted an update for H bar that it officially did a 400 percenter. So like I'm telling you, me and Brent are not even like the guys on the platform for it. There's so much value in Armin and Ali and Anointed Ali. I think we're gonna have to definitely do some more collabs on these Sunday market outlooks, like maybe next week. You know, we just gotta harass them. We gotta harass them to make some time on their Sundays to get here, especially Armin. But I think Anointed Man, we haven't even really been able to talk with him much, bro. So I think it will be really cool to feature him, especially I know he's gonna be excited about talking about XRP. If anybody's a XRP advocate, is definitely Anointed. Um, but yeah, man, you know, we have great educators on that side. But I'm gonna talk about a couple things. Number one, you know, real quick, just before we dive into crypto, Peloton is still up and active. We ended the week really strong with Black Friday. I've been talking about Peloton for a long time with y'all. Even if it wasn't the 350 entry I got, like even these last couple weeks, I've been talking about $7, $8. Even if you got in $7, $8, like you're up, you know, and these are still projected for me to get to this range of like 50 to $70, which is even right now a 5 to 7x your money. If it does it, I'm gonna say it all the time. I'm not a financial advisor, and you have to be willing to lose all your money when you jump into plays. I'm just letting you know if you don't approach your investments like that, sooner or later, it doesn't matter if it's with us or if you do it on your own, you will have a bad day one day. I'm just letting you know, like always risk what you can lose and understand that this is a game of having money, not needing money. Okay, very important. You do not want to need this money. You want to have this money. It's a whole different mindset. I'm trying to let you all know. All right, so real quick, yeah, that's Peloton. As far as the coins, obviously, you know, I've been talking about XRP forever. Now, we're probably gonna hit all-time highs in this run right now, honestly. Like, it would not surprise me at this point. I thought that, you know, us clearing this old high from back in what 2021. Yeah, this is April of 2021. Whenever we, in general, in the markets clear out old liquidity, so basically you know, old positions from like all of this is very like years of price action developing. You can see that when crypto goes on its runs, it's a very aggressive thing because we're still in early adoption really of crypto. Like even though we know it really well now, it's been around for half a decade, well over a decade, but like popularly known since COVID really, where they started building arenas, like the Lakers have the crypto arena. Like now crypto is pretty established, but it's still so early. It's still so early. Um, and so with that said, can we experience all-time highs now? Yeah, because here's the thing, man. When crypto rallies, you do not try to sell that stuff, bro. Like when crypto rallies, you just don't try to sell that stuff. But I will say, and I've people are gonna argue about this. I'm not gonna lie. People are gonna argue with me, but I have receipts of why imbalances in the markets are real and why imbalances in crypto have served me well. And they don't necessarily have to respect, but time and time again, when we've had these big imbalances on Bitcoin, for sure, Bitcoin, we've seen Bitcoin come to those imbalances and make those reactions off of it. So with that said, like there will be definitely a time when Bitcoin, if we look at like on the weekly here, will come back and fill all of these price points at the mid 80s, early 80s, mid 70s. The lowest at this point, look, this whole retracement that created this new leg up is going to be a very strong support area for Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin to break under 70 grand now will actually be really tough. Like We either will never see it go under 70 again, and if it does, it will come back to the mid 30s. I will tell you that right now, based off of just imbalances alone. And that's why I say, like, it's going to be really controversial to say stuff like that because I know how people get emotional with Bitcoin and crypto. It is what it is. When it was at 70, I said 15, 16, and it was the same story and it happened. So it can happen. I'm just letting you know, like, imbalances tend to correct themselves. Again, this move though will be very hard for Bitcoin to break below, but I think we will definitely revisit 80, 75, etc. If it ends up where like we end up respecting this zone, this is a long-term conversation we're having, but I'm just letting you know my mindset and what I talk about. When we come into here, we can if we get some type of retracement and break below that area, that will be the crypto winter for a while, heading back into the 30s and 40s. And if and when Bitcoin gets to the 30s, 40s, and you don't dump your whole life into it, then you don't believe in Bitcoin and crypto. I'm just letting you know. Like it can probably come here. I think it will come here one more time. Again, these are not just random things I'm talking about. Like when people say, oh, Bitcoin's hitting a mill, in my head, I'm like, I don't know how you know that. I'm gonna just respect it and just let it happen. But I don't know how people come up with these numbers. However, I know that history does repeat itself. Huge pump, huge retracement. Huge pump, huge retracement. Huge pump. Where's the retracement and when? So it's not right now, but right now is where you have the fruits of your labor when it was at 1620K. A lot of us either weren't in crypto, weren't educated, were scared, didn't have capital, XYZ reason why you didn't put a bunch of money at 1620K. What you don't want to be is the person that turns skeptical just because it's a winter and then you get very happy when it's summer. Don't be that person. Keep the same energy. Either you believe in crypto or you don't. So don't buy now and then sell here. You buy here and sell here. It's backwards. I know it's hard, dude. I know it's hard. But like people really do move like that and think like that. And I have to shift that if that's still you because you're never going to make money like that. You're never. So XRP, with that said, even though it has all this crazy talk and people are saying it's going to go to whatever number, that's fine. I'm just letting you know I'm very prepared and very expecting this weekly imbalance on XRP to get filled. Like highly, 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 highly expecting XRP to definitely get back under $1. If it hits all-time high first, you're gonna hate me for saying that because it's at $2 and you could have made money coming up to here. If you want to do that, go for it. I personally don't feel comfortable getting in here when we just took out a lot of liquidity from 3 years ago, especially when I just quadrupled my investment from 60. So I closed some. I'm not gonna lie, I closed. You can see it. But I will aggressively re-enter below $1 if and when, because it is an if. Who knows? Maybe it won't, and I'm wrong. But imbalances don't lie, bro. I'm just saying. And I think a paradigm has officially shifted for a lot of people, especially myself, that XRP is dead in the water. Because XRP was hella disrespected for a long ass time because it was a dead crypto, never moved, da 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 da. Anointed Ali is gonna educate you guys more than all of us here with XRP because he is like number one ride or die for XRP. But this floor right here survived government regulation, all type of crazy lawsuits. You can name it. It has survived all that. And we have now officially on the weekly time frame, never seen this before in 4 years, broke and closed structure, line chart above the previous like last bull run. Broke and closed, not a spike. It broke and closed officially today. The weekly closed today. So structure wise, even if you didn't know anything about crypto, market structure wise, push, retracement, new higher high means eventually there will be a retracement. And there is the ideal point to come back in strong. If it gets under $1 and XRP is going to do what it says it's going to do, there's no reason for us to not make a new extension and for you to have another opportunity to double, triple, quadruple once you get to $1. And then at that point, I mean, once it hits $1 and you really believe in XRP, I don't know if it'll ever come back that low. We'll see. Now, I'm gonna end it with this. Again, this is not such a stable coin, I guess you could say, but it has a lot of upside, and this is why I put some money in it today. Is something called ApeCoin. Now, I don't know if you guys remember NFTs, if you were around during that era, whatever the case is, but NFTs were obviously very big at one point. And you guys are probably familiar if you guys remember NFTs. Bored Ape Yacht Club was very, very big in the NFT space. Like this was like the one that all the celebrities had. Like Bored Ape Yacht Club was like if you were cool and you had money, you had Bored Ape NFTs. That was just what it was. I don't think there was a better NFT out there that was worth as much. Bored Ape Yacht Club was like Ferrari, Lamborghini, and every other NFT tried to be like Bored Ape Yacht Club. Well, essentially, this is kind of like their currency, if you want to put it that way, right? You see the same logo, whatever. So this is going to be a big deal. There has been a lot of volume increase. They're going to launch Ape Chain, a couple different things here. So it's picking up a lot of volume. Like the last volume in the 24 hours has spiked a lot. And the reason why I like it is because if NFTs are going to make a comeback, it's only right that the guys who got it right the first time are only going to get better at it. And what I like, guys, is that there are some cryptos that are very high risk of like rug pulls, this, that, and the third that we always have to be careful with. But they are listed on Coinbase. It's not like it's not found unless you go to some really weird small exchange. Like this is very like popularly available on major crypto platforms. So it's quote unquote safer than like something that you've never heard of, for example, right? Like there's already marketing, branding, a community. A lot of people put in 6, 7 figures into this stuff 3, 4 years ago, and now they're starting to make their resurgence back. And essentially, if we just get back to not even where it was before, and this is what I talked about with Peloton too. I'm not talking about making all-time highs at $28. That's very like, I mean, it's possible, right? But I'm not even expecting that. I'm like somebody that's very conservative and expecting less than what is possible. And with that said, if we're just less than half of what it used to be, which is so half would be at $14, right? That would be half of what it used to be worth. At 10 to 12, it's still less than half of what the coin and everything was worth. Major weekly imbalance. We're seeing the market structure start to pick up. The volume, the stuff they're launching, is for me, it's just like the perfect storm of things lining up, kind of like what happened with Peloton, which is why I decided to get in at 150. So, like literally, today is the entry. Again, I'm not telling you you have to get in. I'm just telling you what I did. If I'm wrong, cool, whatever. But I think this has potential. If NFTs are going to make a comeback, this thing's going to do a good thing. And this is a 10x play for me. Like getting to $10, $11 is a 10x play. So I'm willing to lose what I put in for the potential of 10xing it. And that's what I recommend you to put your mindset in when you invest. So ApeCoin, you can find it on a lot of different things. Again, I'm not telling you to buy it. This is not financial advice. I did it. You do what you want. So that's it, bro. I know we've been in here for like a long ass time today. It's just so much to talk about, man. Usually we just keep it to
It
nine
is.
and go, but like
It is.
crypto
And
is
like
doing its
now
thing.
now I want to add some more stuff too. So we're just gonna add 5 more minutes to this because what you just said is like, bro, it makes so much sense. Like I'm literally dumping right now on this one. It makes so much sense because you got to think about it with Bitcoin going. If once Bitcoin touches 100, it has to drop. Like it has to, right? It will it. We don't know. Whatever. It makes perfect sense for it to do it. I love it. The numbers that you were saying, like 80,000, 60,000. Like I love 60,000. I had said that before. 64,000 would be great for Bitcoin to come back to, right? And it leaves those gaps. It comes back and it continues going from there. Now, when we saw in 2019, 2020, the big up of Bitcoin, and what did it do? Dropped. So now, if you guys are already somewhat seasoned into this and you understand a lot of the tax benefits too, you went into your Bitcoin, it went up, you're in profits, you've already made a percentage. It's dropping, you're freaking out. What do? You pull out, right? But most people that are somewhat seasoned into this are not going to put their Bitcoin immediately into dollars because then they have to pay taxes for it. So you figure out where else to place your eggs. You take them out of this basket to put them into another basket. And I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that, right? But I know that when you convert one crypto to another, you don't pay taxes on it. So that's what we saw the Bitcoin drop 2019, 20. Altcoins were coming up because you have to shift your money somewhere else to where it's going. Now the ape one, bro, I love it because there is still to this, and I've said this for a while, like in conversations that I've had, is like it's crazy that you have people like the Paul brothers and Justin Bieber and all these celebrities. They caught into this bait thing. They were buying these NFTs at $1 million+. They're holding them. They haven't sold them. They still have them there where they're worth like $1, and they've sat on them for years. This, I think, could have potential like crazy PR because you have big people already with big pockets, with big celebrity potential to push this up to make their NFTs be worth what they put into it, bro. So I like it. And I love what you're saying how far the imbalance is. Every single crypto play that I've called, that I've taken, none of them have been because of news. Every single one is because of what the chart tells me to do. I get into one first for the utility or for something like this ape one, like, okay, I don't know if there's a utility or not, but I get it. Like there's 8 people that had it. There's millionaires that bought it for millions. They've been sitting on it. It makes perfect sense, right? And especially if Bitcoin's going to 100 and drops, beautiful. I love it. Eight, all these other ones, they're utility, but I never look at far as like, oh, the owner or the CEO of Ada said this, let me go buy. No, like, see in the chart, I see it, like I said, in the balances and that, we go ahead, we buy, we do what we do. So yeah, I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit on there on eight, bro. So I'm gonna sprinkle just a little bit of something, something on there, a little bit of that ADA gain. I'm gonna go ahead and because I already cashed out on ADA too, so I know I'll go ahead and I'll just keep on moving money. That's all that matters. We got to keep on doing it. But yeah, that's beautiful. Let's keep on doing that. I want to leave everybody with some homework because it's important. It's December 1st. I'm gonna leave you guys with some homework. Either you do it or don't. It's completely on you because I know you're not going to want to do it. It's going to be awkward if you haven't done it before. I half did it, but I got busy. I got to go ahead and do it correctly. You're going to go ahead and put on a piece of paper your goals if you don't have them. What were the goals that you set last December? What were the goals that you set January if you didn't until January? If you don't have them already on a piece of paper, you lost that piece of paper, remember, like sit down and remember hard. Sit in a dark room if you have to, in your closet, whatever, to focus and remember what those goals were and write them down, right? Then you need to go and take yourself in front of the mirror and stare at yourself and ask yourself one by one, why have you not checked off that? It's you against you. It's not easy. It's going to feel awkward. Some ninjas might jump in and start chopping some onions, but that's the whole side of it. You look at yourself. You wanted to lose weight. Why have I not lost these pounds that I said? You wanted to make money. You wanted to do this. You wanted to do that. Why? Look at yourself because you're the only person is determining why you haven't checked that off. I cannot say, hey, I want to hit 6 figures and go to Rich and be like, Rich, what the hell, bro? Why am I not making 6 figures yet? No. Rich called the plays. I didn't take them. Therefore, I don't have that, right? I'm the one to fault. Look at yourself in the mirror, one by one of those goals that have not been checked off. Why? And do them. You have 30 days. I want to be funded. You could at least get phase one in 30 days. You don't have to go fully phase two, phase three, but just the fact of saying, hey, phase one. If your box was, I want to own crypto, cool. You don't have to go buy millions of eight, but you could go ahead and buy 10, 20, $30 of it. Check off that box. I own crypto, right? Finish these next 30 days, or at least at the end of the year, you have some of those boxes checked off, some of those, and start feeling what are your next ones, right? Get pretty now, guys. The majority of people are going to wait until New Year's to start. You're going to see the wave of the posts and everything on Instagram, all this stuff of your New Year goals until January 1st and 2nd. Just like on crypto, we get ahead of the game, right? Sunday outlooks are on Sunday because we're getting ahead of the game. Start doing that now. Get ahead of the game. Go to the mirror, do those 30, and then go ahead and write what are your goals for next week. If your goal this year was to lose 20 pounds and you haven't lost those 20 pounds, don't put that for your goal for next year because you're doing that in the next 30 days. Doesn't happen, you'll just write it. In 30 days, you'll move it from here to here and that's it, right? But it might be like 10 pounds because you lost at least 10, right? Little bit of shift. But write what you're doing next year now. So do that homework. It's going to help. It's going to suck. It's going to suck, but do that in the mirror. Look at yourself, talk to yourself, ask yourself why. You're going to find the answers. Well, you're not going to like those answers, but you're going to find those answers. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that. Cool.
You saw the comment about the pounds.
It's about sitting on those. You are
Uh,
gaining
20,
plenty of pounds,
how many
kilos,
kilograms is that? Some
kilograms. Yeah, you are
kilograms.
losing kilos,
Oh
kilograms,
boy,
whatever you call it. Yeah, yeah, no,
dog, that's funny, bro.
no. Stones, yeah, stones, yeah. No, I forget that we're international, but you. I'll say it in this way. This might be an international way, right? Like I always tell myself, like I'm a big back right now. I'm not gonna be a big back in 30 days. I think that's understandable in every language that we speak. Shout out to Trim Body, love it. I'm down 30 something pounds, but hey, I need to do a little bit more, right? So we're gonna write those goals. But let's go ahead and get it. Let's have an amazing, amazing week. Plug into all the live sessions. Rich, amazing sessions in the morning. Let's keep on plugging into Rich sessions in the morning this week. My sessions, everybody's sessions. Take full advantage of the next 30 days. We still have like another pretty much 24 hours, I think, left for anybody that joins the akashx. It's a free 50K with TradexMastery, so make sure you take advantage of that. Like literally, it's the last pull. TradexMastery extended it to today, so you literally have a few hours to buy your 60K, 60% off on any account. So take full advantage, guys. Like again, it's December 1st. What are you doing with the last 30 days? Like you need to make those decisions now. Now is the time to make those decisions. Do it.
Bro, people gotta understand. Just off the crypto plays, that's not even what we really do. People could have put $100 and they would have paid the next three months of membership with that one idea. So for anybody that's scared to go three and free, 1K, etc., like I'm just telling you, like the reason why people are scared to talk about this with other people is because they haven't had their big trading breakthroughs yet. It doesn't matter what you've done or haven't done. Everybody is learning, everybody has results at their own pace. It's the opportunity and the timing right now. I'm telling you, people want to take advantage of crypto, especially today. I'm telling you, after today, if it's not you, they're gonna go to some freaking guy on YouTube for free and not know what they're doing. I'm just telling y'all,
The
do
scammer
what
in the chat.
Andre Gordon did and hit 25K during this era because those commissions, when you dump that into crypto, when you take your commissions and use that to buy your 200K accounts, I'm just saying, man, like I didn't do akashx just to trade or teach trading. I did it because I understood that there was a timing in the industry where people needed the mentors, the guidance, the teachers, all that stuff. You guys have it every day, 24/7, damn near. Yo, share it with somebody, man. Share it with somebody, especially right now during this promo. I don't know what you got to do, but before you end the year, like decide to go at least three and free, man. Do it for you. Don't do it for me. I could care less. We're good right now. akashx is just freaking 1000x in the last 6 months. But I'm saying it for you. Don't do one part of akashx. Do the whole thing, man. Do the whole thing. You got one shot at this life to level up, bro. You don't know how many waves are gonna come for you. This wave is here at your feet right now. So, guys, appreciate y'all. Brent, thank you so much, bro. Let's crush it this week. Hope you guys do very well, and most importantly, learn and just get at least 1% better heading into 2025. The recording will be up. I'll try to have it like in the next 30 minutes or less up, so that way anybody can catch it. We'll drop the links on the chats and whatnot. But much love. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate everybody here. And I hope you guys have an amazing week. Let's run it up.